Hello everybody, we are back here on the Hunter Call the Wild, and today we are going to continue the Great One grind, but to mix it up a little bit, we're actually going to go for some rabbits also. And to start things off, we got a really nice 5 to 6 kg rabbit right here. And if I'm not mistaken, this is actually the max weight estimate that you can get, so let's hope that this thing is a giant. Now, if I'm remembering right, we're going to have to aim slightly high. And that little guy is down. Try to get a couple more. Try to get as many of these males as we can. So close to getting that third, but we did get 2 down, so let's go ahead and claim them. I came here to look for some whitetail deer, and this zone right here has actually been kind of rough recently. Here is one of the rabbits. I think this is the smaller one, and it definitely is. So we need 6.30 for diamond. If this little guy right here is on the higher end of that estimate, it very well could be diamond, but I'm going to guess that it'll be slightly short. And yeah, 5.70. Still a very solid bunny though. That's one of the biggest ones I've killed as of recent. Anyway guys, as we wait for these white-tailed deer to arrive at their zone, I just wanted to real quickly say that YouTube's algorithms is an ever-changing thing. And as of now, it appears that comments actually help videos out more than likes, so if you guys don't do anything else, just leave a quick comment on the video. It can be pretty much anything that you want it to be, whether it's like a video idea or just saying hello. I will try to reply to as many comments as I can. I do read through all the comments, so if you guys ever want to say something or have any suggestions, be sure to leave them down below, because not only does it allow me to interact with you guys more, but it also makes it so that the videos do better, which in turn helps both of us. Makes it so that I can create more content for you guys, and it also helps the channel. With all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and smoke a few of these does, because this zone right here appears to have turned to all does, and I've had a few people mention some new ways that I could possibly get my herds to start spawning correctly, and one of them is to just delete all the zones, and another thing that I've heard is to actually just shoot one doe at every single zone that I go to, and that for some people, it seems like those methods get the bucks to respawn faster. We're gonna try out just shooting a couple does at all the zones and see if that does anything. But I really don't know what to expect. We will hope that it works though. We can get one more. And we did. Nice. Looks like all of our does went down pretty quickly. We'll just breeze by, grab all these real quick, and then we will head to the next zone. I do want to hit up a zone that I haven't been able to hunt since we found it, because I just haven't actually seen the whitetail there. I know that they drink down in this area, but we haven't actually got to discover the zone. During one of the live streams, we chased them all the way over here. We followed their exact path. They started kind of at this rest zone right here, and they walked all the way down here and clear to this zone right here. And they stopped and started drinking right about in this spot. So I have a tent here. We're going to see if we can find them. I don't know if we will though, but I'd love to see if we can. Well, I don't see our whitetail, but we do have some white-tailed jackrabbits here. So let's go ahead and get that male down. See if we can get him and possibly one of the others. Because I do want to try and get a rare one, so I don't really care if it's male or female. Either will be fine in my book, since it is just a rabbit. We'll try to take down as many of them as we can. I did hear another male call though, so we might be able to get one more male down. Alright, well here is one of the rabbits. This is the female that we took out, so not anything special there. But this right here is the male, just a 4-scoring, pretty small one. But that's still another rabbit down for the grind, and one step closer to getting a rare or diamond. Now let's look around a little bit here and see if we can actually find any signs of the whitetail, because I'm actually starting to think that they haven't even arrived at this zone yet, and they're probably still on their way. Well, I have ran a long way trying to see if I can catch up to these whitetail, and they're nowhere to be found. Something is telling me that they are way away from their zone and probably won't make it there anytime soon, so we're gonna go ahead and just move to a different one. So this is one of the brand new zones that we found recently, and it does appear that it's all does now. So we're gonna go ahead and take out a couple of them and see if it does anything. I really hope that it does help because I would hate to lose this zone. This is one that I had really been hoping that we would get, and we just recently got it, so I really hope that it doesn't completely turn to all does, but it is looking like that's the case as of now. Let's hope things pick up in the future, though. Well, it turns out that we were zeroed for 300 meters, so I'm guessing I spine shot both of these does, unfortunately, but they're both just does, so it doesn't really matter too much. But I'm still really sad that this zone is becoming just does. But while we're on the topic of brand new zones, let's go ahead and take a look at what one of these new zones actually produced during one of the live streams. That is a level 1 Piebald. And this is a zone we've never hunted before. This is the first time we've ever been here. That's so cool. Why does it have to be level 1 though? Of all things. I'm telling you guys, I only get tiny rares. That's all I get. Let's take it out. Well, of course the one zone where we never saw the deer when we found it would be the one that has a piebald in it. That's cool though. Let's go claim it. You know what's crazy? I'm pretty sure I picked up the disturbed vegetation of the other deer last time, but I didn't pick up his. But there we go, piebald buck. It's absolutely tiny, but a piebald is a piebald regardless. So I will gladly take that. Let's go ahead and pick him up. 132.50. Small one, but still a piebald nonetheless. We'll toss him into the multi-mount in place of that troll. So we'll at least have a multi-mount that's completely rares and diamonds now from this grind. So that's a positive at least. Not bad at all, guys. I'll take it. It really hurts that after getting that beautiful piebald deer, this is all that's been here ever since then. We did that run that got the piebald, then we had 1 or 2 more runs where we got bucks, and now the last 2 or 3 runs have been just this, a single doe. So I'm not exactly sure what we should do here. Since there's only one doe, it'll probably delete the zone once we shoot her. But I kind of just want to see if this can maybe get things moving again. We're about to find out. Because that is now a dead doe, and that zone should delete itself now since that was the last deer there. Now we just gotta wait and see if the zone reappears or if it moves to a different location. And there she is, the last deer at this zone. I really hope that something good comes out of this because this started off as a really good zone and has just become does. But we will see what happens in the future. The zone is still shown here, so maybe that's a good sign. I guess we'll have to wait until the next live stream to find out, because I do plan to do the next stream probably on whitetail deer, so we will see the results from this at that time. But on a much more positive note, this zone right here has been probably our most consistent one. Not only did it produce the 2 biggest bucks in our last video, but this also has just been a very consistent zone. I always get respawns almost immediately here, which is really awesome. This is one of the zones I can truly count on to provide good bucks every time. That is 2 more down. That second one, though, was not hit great. And he turned. Right after I shot, of course. That could have been a perfect angle, but I was a bit late. Although, that worked out pretty perfect, actually. Here is the first of the 2 bucks that we just took down, and this is a very solid whitetail. Not necessarily in score-wise, but the way it looks, not too bad. I do wish the tines were a little bit thicker on the back, and maybe a little bit shorter, but overall it's a good-looking whitetail deer. And this other one right here, I'm still kind of sad that we screwed the shot up, but I mean, it is what it is. We got him down in the end, and it's another buck down for the grind. If only we could have hit that shot on the first one. Now, it's now 15:05, so I do want to quickly go over to a couple zones that we haven't checked that are going to leave soon, because there's at least 1 buck at this location every time, so this is another one that we want to make sure that we get to. And yeah, that is our buck right there. He does appear to be the only one, as I kind of assumed he would be. So let's go ahead and take him down before he starts leaving his zone, although it's looking like he might already be doing that. Alright, I think this is the best angle we're gonna get. I do want to take out a doe also, so we can continue taking does out in hopes of maybe that eventually helping. We do need to get an angle to where I can actually spot this guy. There we go. We will wait for him to lift his head up. And that should be both of them down. I really hope that first shot connected the way we needed it to. It's not looking like it did though. That does not look good. And there is our little doe. We got a perfect lung shot on her. Really curious to see where we ended up hitting that buck, because he ran off a little bit further than I was expecting him to. And yeah, no organs hit. He's gonna take a little while to die, but he should go down eventually since it is the 303. And in fact, he's down right there. I don't think he actually ran very far at all. He might have doubled back to start heading back to his zone, but he did go down on his way back here, so we can go ahead and pick him up. 201.70, that's not a bad deer. Would have been a gold, but we just barely screwed the shot up. But that was so close. Literally millimeters away from the lung. We just hit the end of drink time, but I'm really hoping that we can catch these guys before they leave. This is one of those zones where I almost always don't really see them until they're leaving. I'm not exactly sure where they're drinking, but they're never visible until they're leaving their zone. And I'm starting to think that they maybe drink just way up on the hill or possibly over the ridge here. It's hard to say, but I'm sure we'll find out eventually. But until then, this is how we gotta hunt them. And that's actually a pretty good buck, so let's see if we can take him out. That is kind of a cool one too. That is a very strange rack actually. That is such a strange whitetail. I'm actually kind of excited to see what that guy looks like up close, because that is a really weird one. We absolutely smoked this first whitetail right here. He ended up dropping on the spot, and he's actually a pretty good sized deer too. 213.20. That is a good bit into gold, and a very nice looking deer, but the one that I'm interested in seeing is this second one that we just shot, because that was a really strange looking whitetail. Can't say I've seen one that looks quite like that when it's running away, but we'll see what it looks like up close. That is all kinds of twisted. That is such a twisty boy. I really like that. Let's get a quick picture and then we'll go ahead and pick this guy up. I am very interested to see what this guy looks like. 183.10. That is such a weird whitetail. That is such a weird buck. I gotta say, I kinda like it though. That does look kind of cool. I always love when we end up finding weird deer like this, because there's something you really don't see that often. It's a little unfortunate that we messed up the shot, but either way it would not have been a gold, but it's still a really cool looking deer. And I think for now we're going to taxidermize this guy and maybe put him in a multi-mount with some other funky looking ones. I think that could be a cool addition. Now this is probably the first time that I've actually done a full huddle mount with just weird looking racks. So I'm very curious how this is actually going to look. If it looks good, we might try to do some of these in the future, just get the funkiest whitetail we possibly can and turn them into multi-mounts. And yeah, that actually looks really cool. I'm actually a fan of that. That's kind of cool to have 3 really weird looking whitetail deer in one mount. I don't know if this is the platform it will stay on, but I gotta say this is probably one of the coolest ones we've built. This is almost cooler looking than the diamond mounts and the rare mounts, because these are some deer that you rarely see. It's extremely hard to get some of these funky looking whitetail, so it's really cool that we actually got a few. But anyway guys, I think we're gonna go ahead and end it there. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel. I do post videos 3 to 5 times a week, along with daily live streams on Call of the Wild, the Hunter Classic, and many other games. Also, if you guys haven't already, be sure to leave a comment on the video because it's a huge help in getting these videos pushed into YouTube's algorithms, along with leaving a like and all of that good stuff like that. Also, I do try to reply to as many comments as I possibly can, so if there's something you would like to say to me or if you have a video idea or anything like that, that's also another reason to leave a comment. But with that being said, guys, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace!